Welcome back on the AM show. We continue with our conversation. So right now, though, casting light or shedding light on the situation of the teacher in Ghana. Well, joining this conversation, she's actually the 2022 National Best Teacher. And she's out there on a mission to award outstanding teachers, especially those in rural communities who are often overlooked. Some of them, if you see the struggles they have to go through, just to ensure that their charges, those who have been given to them, are taught. It would amaze you. I'm sure you've seen those documentaries in the past, Schools Under Trees, and the one who used to write in the air or on the ground so that the children can have an inkling of what she was talking about. Well, Stella Jimalabi is in the studio with us. She's having breakfast with us to talk about Applaud Teacher Awards. Applaud Teacher Awards. Stella, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good to be seated by you again.
Why do you sound slightly mischievous this morning?
I was wondering about your black, but
I've
yeah.
Good Friday.
Good
Christ
Friday.
is dying for us, and as a staunch Catholic, this is the most important day on the liturgical calendar for us. So there's a lot we do, and there's a lot. I mean, ordinarily, if I had my way, I wouldn't be working today because it's a very meditative, reflective day for me. But we come and do this for God and country, right?
Yeah.
But the other bit too, I am mourning, especially as I shared with my blunt thoughts. I am mourning Ghana. Yes, because the misleadership and where we found ourselves. When was the last time your light went off? Do you have a doomsday timetable?
There is no timetable. It happens as and when.
We are making ours now. We are not waiting because
You've come up with your timetable?
so you can help yourself.
Yeah. I heard somebody say that we should make our own timetable, so we'll make our own timetable.
People have made their own timetables. In my area, it's a bit erratic, so even getting that is a bit difficult in there. But let's talk about the Ghanaian teacher.
The Ghanaian teacher.
You won this coveted award in 2022. But if I asked you about the status quo when it comes to the teacher in Ghana today, what would you say?
I will always say it bluntly that the teacher is marginalized. The teacher is not given what they really deserve. A lot of sacrifices are being given out by the teacher, but they don't get the proceeds, physical proceeds, out of what they are working for. So aside giving out your everything to see the dream Ghanaian child excel in the next couple of years, the state of the teacher itself is not something that you'll be so excited about. It's not something that people are really happy about. It's not something that I am happy about. I've won the National Best Teacher, but you look at others and they question, National Best Teacher, what about the other teachers? What are the opportunities out there for them? How can they also get to where you've gotten to? We've gotten here, but there are still a lot to be done.
There's still a lot to be done. Which brings to mind this bit, right before we talk about Applaud Teacher Awards. You've heard about the laptop situation. Now we're giving tablets to students, and the numbers don't add up. Because if you look at the number of students and what was sent to Parliament and the numbers we are giving out and why we even waited for an electoral year to do this, for a promise that had been given over 70 years ago, that's another matter. But you have over 100,000 teachers who even paid for the laptops, some say fully, because it wasn't just the 30%. There were SNIT contributions from what I heard.
About three periods.
Right.
It was deducted from source.
From source.
Yeah.
So these teachers say, they have paid for these laptops. They don't have them. What does this say about how we prioritize or otherwise teachers in Ghana?
So as I said earlier, we have been marginalized. And so where we really have to be given the places that we deserve, others are given more priority than us. I feel a lot can be done for the teacher. I feel the teacher, that's why I'm so much interested when it comes to teacher development and youngsters' development. I believe that if a teacher is satisfied, the teacher can give more than he or she is given. It is the teacher who thinks, it is only teachers who have sleepless nights over other people's children. And so if the one having sleepless nights over other people's children is not well catered for, then there will be gaps. Then where the teacher has to give 100%, you see the teacher giving 30% or 40%. And so instead of them spending all the time that they have to do, because I always say that teaching it transcends beyond the four walls of the classroom. You go home, you're thinking about the learners. You go home, you're preparing your teaching notes. You go home, you're preparing your teaching aids. You're
probably marking scripts.
Exactly. You're researching, looking for new strategies that you can put together to help the learners. And so if what I need to give to these learners are not given, then there are gaps.
Which is why I believe you've started this Applaud Teacher Awards.
Yeah.
But I'll ask you this, not because I do not know, but because I want you to expand the subject. Why should we applaud the Ghanaian teacher?
Who taught you?
Many teachers.
Many teachers.
Starting from the very best I had, right from the start. My parents. I got home tuition for quite a bit. My brothers down to me were homeschooled for a bit. So by the time we started school, we were miles ahead.
Oh, wow. So your parents were the teachers?
Were our very first teachers, especially my father. He gave us a certain grounding that I look forward to giving my own children when I do have them, and I have passed on in many areas because I'm a teacher myself.
Okay.
And I've taught in different places.
So this is a runaway teacher, you see?
Once a teacher, always a teacher.
Always a teacher. So tell me, when was the last time you visited your school to applaud your teacher?
I think the last time I saw one of my teachers,
visited your school or looked for the teachers.
There are so many of them, but the last time would be the University of Ghana at some point this year.
What about the basic school and then the senior high school?
Well, it's also because some of them are not even in close proximity to talk of.
But what about, I'm sure there was one person who really touched you.
There have been a few, and some of them I reach out to.
Okay, good. And so based on the impact and the influences that teachers give out, I've realized that it's so important that you recognize their efforts, because I believe a little smile, words, goes a long way to affect the teacher. Throughout my period, before I became the National Best Teacher, in 2019, when I got the chance to start this process, wherever you get to, they ask you, have you been recognized by any institution? And I realized that I had nothing. Meanwhile, we have Ghana DJs Awards, we have the Ghana Music Awards, we have all the awards you can think about. But aside the National Award for Teachers, are there other awards? Are there other institutions that actually go out there to surprise the teachers? And so, together with my team, we came out with this initiative after I had gone through the process and realized that the teacher needs to be surprised.
In a positive way.
In a positive way.
Because some of our teachers are surprised in a very negative way.
I've had teachers
share with us how they were assigned to a certain place, a certain community.
Yeah.
Now, you're expecting a school, right? And you go and, why am I looking into air? Well, that's the school.
Yeah.
There's no structure, there's nothing.
Yes.
And
nothing.
that's the school. I know of some of these teachers who have now had to put up ramshackle structures, whatever. I mean, some of the teachers, especially those, posted to certain communities, you have to feel for them. And some actually put in the effort. For some of them, it has changed their lives. Moving to some, I don't want to mention any parts, so it doesn't appear I am stereotyping, but some parts of the country are in dire need when it comes to infrastructure and so many other things on all levels. All levels.
It is out of these that we felt that, can we go and fish out these teachers? And how do we do that? Through their students, their past students, through their colleagues, through their head teachers. And so we don't need to come and vet your lesson notes. We don't need to come and sit in the class to see how you are teaching. Testimonials from people pushes us, edges us to go there. So
where have you been so far? I mean, looking for such teachers doing great things, but not getting acknowledged. No one sees.
Nobody sees. Very soon, I'm sure I'm going to share with you the works of some of these teachers that they are doing that we've gone to surprise. So there's a teacher in the Ashanti region. If I mention the name, it wouldn't be a surprise again, because the Applaud Teacher Award comes as a surprise. We just arrange, we come to your school, or there's a mini day bar organized by the directors, and then we come to surprise you.
And the person doesn't even know.
The person doesn't know.
This Durbar and everything is actually about me.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
That
would be such a surprise.
Exactly. So that has been the motive. I remember one of the schools during the COVID around latter part of 2020, we visited the school. The teacher actually organized the learners. They called for assembly in their nose marks. She was conducting everything. And then we read the citation and we said, and the teacher to be applauded is, and we mentioned the name. She was like, really? You didn't tell us? You didn't tell me? And so we felt that let's put up this initiative. The teacher shouldn't know that out of what I'm doing, I have to put in this application. The process is quite cumbersome, and some people don't like to go through it. And so when we started this initiative, I can say that one of the teachers, in fact, two of them, have received national award.
Oh, wow.
The recent, last year, we had one of them, Idi Amin, if he's watching.
What's the name?
Idi Amin.
Really?
You should host him one of these days. You should host him. Idi Amin, he was the second runner-up.
Wow.
And we surprised Idi Amin in 2020.
Is that his real name or is...
That's his name.
Oh,
Idi Amin
wow.
Firdaus.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, you should host Idi Amin. And the things that he was doing, he didn't see it coming. And that was the time that the fake awards came. Mr. Ewan.
Dr. Ewan.
Dr. Ewan.
Right.
And so I remember I saw on Facebook, he posted that since it's the season of awards, let me also share my awards.
But I think, especially as the original Idi Amin, we know has a very negative, but he is sanitizing the name. He's giving the name,
he has sanitized
a lot of positives.
In the education space.
In the educational space.
He's doing so well.
So what is the plan? The Applaud Teacher Awards. What is the plan? What are you expecting to do this year?
Okay.
What support do you need?
So this year we are outside Accra. We are going to the Eastern region. One of the areas we will go to is in Krakan. You know, in Krakan? Is that Takofoidia?
In Krakan.
In Krakan.
In Krakan.
Yes. And then we are going to Somanya. We are going to just take a point here.
Okay.
So this year we are in the Eastern region. So we started this month, and then through to April. So the whole of April, Fridays, we will be paying surprises to teachers in there.
How many are you targeting? How many can we look at?
So so far we've done over 100 for the previous years. This year we are doing 42. Okay. So why 42?
And I'm curious.
Yes.
Lest I forget. Do you target all the regions, or is it that
a region at a time?
A region at a time.
A region at a time.
Right.
So this year we are going to the Eastern region. But at the Outstanding Teacher Summit, there are some teachers randomly selected that's across Ghana who will be appreciated on the day. But for Applaud Teacher especially this year, we are in the Eastern region.
Okay.
Yes, we are going to surprise the teachers, and we believe that the little that we do will encourage them to give more, to see the dream of Ghana, transformed. The dream of Ghana transformed.
One of the things that breaks my heart has to do with, or the things that break my heart, has to do with schools under trees. And you remember the promises that were made.
Yeah, even in Accra.
right? And they are so rife. I mean, I cannot imagine for the life of me how you can expect that crawling youngster to make any sense of anything, crawling on the floor, sometimes lying on their bellies, scrawling on the bare floor, and expect them to compete with people from not even other jurisdictions, right here in Ghana.
Yeah.
You know, the international school setup. We are basically setting them up for disaster, a disastrous future. And sometimes it comes back to bite us. But which entities would you like to salute, if any? And what kind of sponsorship do you need? What kind of help do you need? You can share that with us and with our viewers.
So we need, this year especially, in addition to presenting the teachers with the citations, we would love some teachers to get scholarships as well. And we believe that if the teachers get more knowledge, their effort is recognized by being enrolled physically in schools, it will motivate them. We believe beyond giving gadgets and other things, the gadgets will spoil, but when you are able to impact knowledge, give back to the teacher, to go and study and come back, then the transformation that we seek will happen. And so organizations should come in to support these teachers. Once we fish them out and then they gain admissions to go to school, they should come in to support them, because some teachers go the extra mile, and as they go the extra mile, if people recognize their efforts and also go the extra mile to support them to become better, then there will be change. So everybody should come on board, come and support us with scholarships for the teachers, come and support us with money. Yeah, we need money to bring out more citations, money for transportation, because going to these areas is quite involving. We have to use our own resources sometimes. My team, sometimes I'm on them.
Some of the roads are terrible.
Oh, terrible. But because it's a target, because it's our projects that we want to do, we set out and we go the extra mile to do all these. So everybody should come on board. Our Momo lines are active. You can send in Momo. You can call us to let us know that you want to support at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teachers for them to become better. Should I share the Momo line?
Well, I guess you can go ahead.
Okay. So you can send us your donation to 0249 886236.
You might want to slow down on that.
0249 886236. Or you can do through Airtel Tigo 026 13 41 500. It's on the screen.
There are those who may have the volume on their TV, but they are not necessarily looking.
Exactly.
And that's why we do this for them, so that if they want to, they can catch up. Any final words, Stella?
Yes. To the Ghana Education Service, Ministry of Education, all the other agencies, we know you are trying. National Teaching Council, we know you are giving your best, but we feel that there is more that can be done to make the teacher better. There is more that can be done to make the school environment more conducive. We are giving our best, but the best can be better based on the support that is being channeled. And so thank you to my team, special acknowledgement to our board chair for Applaud Teacher Award, Dr. Ifua Boatuma Yakuhene. She's been super. Her money goes in every year. To Divine Nelly Coffee, to PAG, everybody. I can't mention all the names. I might falter here. And to my father, especially, Francis Efum Labi, my husband, my children, and everybody. All of them, their money go inside. Sometimes their whole money.
It go reach everybody.
Yeah,
we tax everybody. So.
Yeah. And Echo, special thanks to you, the way he's been super supportive.
Echo, you mean Derek Echo Sam?
Yes.
My producer who has a head like mine.
Yes.
Yes.
Echo has been amazing for 2 years after winning the Teacher of the Year. He's been super supportive, and we can't go without him.
We'll come through with our tax.
Yeah.
Tax. But as we end this conversation, and you just brought to mind when we were talking about giving off your best. I don't know how well you remember your nursery rhymes because my mind went back to one of them. Do you remember? Shall we do this?
Let's do this and see. Let's do this. Let's go.
Good, better, best.
Oh, may I never rest
Until
my good is better
and my
my better best.
Thank you for joining us for breakfast. And of course, it's all about the Applaud Teacher Awards and Stella Jima Labi. She joined us for breakfast. She's, of course, National Best Teacher 2022. Up next, right here on the AM show, we're going to be talking about a movie titled God is Near. I'm near to you too. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.